One campus, two divisions, one overarching mission. Regis Jesuit High School is committed to forming young people as men and women with and for others.
Every day at Regis is shaping me and changing me in a different way.
I definitely think Regis challenges us to be better people for others and with each other.
They've just turned me into the man I'm proud to see myself becoming. They've given me those basic values that I'm very proud to have.
Personal growth occurs every day within these walls. At Regis Jesuit, the educational community is centered on the student.
Remember, we don't want to have to memorize this whole thing.
Allowing each individual to develop intellectually, physically,
I said got it.
socially, emotionally, artistically,
We walk by faith and not by sight.
and spiritually.
It's like there's a freedom here that I can talk about God to my friends, to anyone here, and they'll understand and they'll talk about it with me.
In the unity of the Holy Spirit.
Going to Regis, there's definitely more spirit to my faith. I feel more connected with my faith, and it defines my life more.
There's a special person that has to come to Regis. I think if you're open to the experience, then you'll be changed.
Regis Jesuit has been changing lives for more than 100 years, not only preparing each student for a successful college career, but providing a positive foundation that lasts a lifetime.
The Regis Jesuit education is different because it really educates the whole person and deals with more than just that academic side. It helps to form young men and women to be people of character, people of conscience and compassion, and I think that's different.
And I think one of the things that Regis does is tell a young man, your life is in your hands. Tell a young man or woman, hey, here's you, here's the world. By the time you're done, the world's got to be a better place, and we can give you a chance to do that.
The education, formation, the whole person, the whole spiritual formation that happens here, it changes your life forever and stays with you forever.
To be given permission to be yourself, to be different, to love God, to give back to your community, and to be accepted for who you are, that's what Regis is all about. And there's nothing better than that.
The challenge for the community of Regis Jesuit is to preserve that overall educational experience, which is why the school is conducting a major capital campaign. The Foundations for Excellence campaign will focus on three main areas: tuition assistance, faculty compensation, and the creation of a multi-use community center.
I really believe that there is an obligation that all of us have that have benefited to help kids in the future to have those same and even better opportunities.
It starts by bolstering the school's endowment. The first initiative is to meet the growing need for tuition assistance. 20% of the current student body is receiving some level of financial aid, and the demand is increasing every year.
Being able to provide assistance to a diverse group of students is a wonderful thing, and it's a wonderful thing on a lot of different levels. First, I think it's wonderful for those who couldn't afford to come here to be able to come here. But even more importantly, for those that can afford to come here, I think providing tuition assistance to help them in diversifying who they will be exposed to, I think takes kids way farther than a lot of high schools do.
It's important to be accessible to a wide variety of kids, and it's also important for forming our kids that they have friends from different neighborhoods, from different backgrounds, of different ethnicities. It makes it a much richer experience for everyone.
Once they leave here, they're going to go to college, they're going to be in the work world, and they're going to be working with people from all different backgrounds. And what a better place to learn that than here in, in high school.
In addition to a diverse student body,
Here's another good one, guys.
Regis Jesuit is also blessed with a diverse group of talented educators.
Can you guys identify a force that's causing the chess pieces to move?
Day in and day out, these teachers embody the school's mission, inspire learning,
But how many of you have heard it?
and take personal interest in each child.
You can see then when you flatten it on, it doesn't move.
They try to be part of these students' lives, and that's important. And I think that our mission is to love them as God asks us to love them, and that's really why we're here, is to love them and to be hopefully an important part of their lives.
But retaining top teachers is becoming increasingly difficult.
It is simply a fact that we've lost quality teachers who have left Regis Jesuit to teach elsewhere for more money. I mean, that's just real.
Teachers at Regis Jesuit earn significantly less than their public school counterparts.
You can provide all the resources in the world, but if you don't have the teachers to facilitate that learning, to challenge those students, to provide the material, to interpret the material, you're not going to be successful.
You've got to incent the teachers so that they feel like they've worked hard, they're getting compensated for it, and they're not being called out to some other school after they earn their tenure and time here, only to lose them to someone else. That would be terrible.
Here we go.
To prevent that from happening, Regis Jesuit is looking to supplement the income provided to its educators. Strengthening the school's endowment will help with faculty compensation. Doing so will help retain and attract top teachers, bring salaries into parity with competing schools, and help moderate tuition increases.
That we have to pay the teachers better so that we can have tenure and teachers who are here that can keep giving back and not looking saying, I don't make enough money, how do I move to another school? So you want the longevity of a teacher here, but at the same time you have to make it affordable for the student.
It's not about making them wealthy, and no one's here to do that. But to make sure they're compensated fairly and justly is a critical thing. We've done well, we're getting better, but we need to be a lot better than we are.
Strengthening the school's endowment isn't the only focus of the Foundations for Excellence campaign. There is a need for upgraded facilities as well.
I have this little phrase that I use, excellence without excess, because we're not trying to build the most elaborate and most exotic facilities that we can build, but just solid, good, serviceable, and beautiful facilities for our kids.
The area of greatest need is clear. The school has limited space for the arts, including drama,
rock, kick,
dance, and music. The current black box theater is especially cramped.
For a school of over 1,500 kids, it seats maybe 130 people, and with a tiny stage. It's amazing what our kids do with that facility, but it's totally inadequate.
You're always reading books.
It's a matter of trying to run a three-ring circus with only one ring.
Regis puts on as good a play as you'll find in this town with perhaps the worst theater. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, you have some of the most talented kids in town at everything here, including music and dance and theater, and they perform in something that great schools in town have better facilities.
And it's not only the theater.
Sometimes we have to practice outside. It's so small.
Other programs have also outgrown their space.
I mean, I think it's shoulder to shoulder in every single room we have, whether it's arts or music and theater. It's becoming to the point where we don't want to turn down students, but we're at the point where we just don't have room, and we have to, which I think is kind of sad.
That could change soon.
I really believe that the performing arts and the kind of dreams that we have for that facility is the real missing link on the campus.
Plans are being developed for a new multi-use building. The Regis Jesuit Community Center will feature a large theater, classrooms, and gathering space.
What people need to know is it's not just a music theater facility. It's not just a music facility. This thing could be used for anything: assemblies, masses, class meetings, faculty meetings. And yes, finally we can have enough students to see a show without having to sell out and students don't get tickets because we don't have enough space.
This isn't just a performing arts center. It would be a mistake to think about this as, gee, there's a play in the fall and a play in the spring, and couldn't we have those performances somewhere else? That's not what we're talking about here at all. What this means in terms of activity center, improved communication, a place for all kinds of activities to go on. That's critical to any campus, and we just don't have good facilities in that respect here.
To make the vision a reality, Regis Jesuit will call on the generosity of its entire community. Financial support is critical to the success of the Foundations for Excellence campaign.
Many of us have been blessed beyond our wildest imagination when we left Regis. I fundamentally believe it's our responsibility to use the gifts that God has blessed us with in providing for the future, so people coming down the road after us can have the same opportunities that we had. I think that's what it means in terms of being a man or a woman with and for others. This is what it's all about. That's why I'm a believer in this campaign and a believer in Regis.
Our future is our children, and the education of our children. They're the leaders of the future. And unless we put our money and our heart and our soul into providing them the education that they can go out and, you know what, they're going to take over from us and they're going to lead this world, this community, and this country, what better investment is there?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
We ask that you prayerfully consider how you can make a difference. Together, we can live the Jesuit tradition of being men and women with and for others. Together, we can preserve and support students and their families for many years to come. Together, we can provide Regis Jesuit with foundations for excellence.